moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, and welcome to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television. It is Monday, 24th February 2025, and we're coming to you live from the Port Mall here in Scarborough, Tobago. I am Adana Kumbi, and this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it.
Good morning, and my name is Akin Rabi Holder, and it's nice to have you here with us for another week of the Tobago Updates Morning Show. It's a lovely morning. I'm feeling refreshed. PAN Finals was the last night, and I'm feeling so good about the results, Adana.
Yes, and I know you can't wait to talk about that, but you know we have to bring Bianna in the conversation, so we have to have that little banter after she comes on set. But indeed, it was a very interesting weekend in Trinidad and Tobago, as you know, in Carnival season, and so many things are happening. And of course, we have to talk about that later on this morning. Overall, what activities did you participate in over the weekend?
Well, I only did the PAN on the Sunday. The Saturday was more of a relaxing day, sleep, rested, you know. I had a very busy week last week. So the Saturday was a really good day for me to get some rest in, and then went again on the Sunday. Right.
Well, you know, refuel and get ready again for the work week ahead.
Yes.
As we do, of course, you know, we bring you all the conversations right here on Tobago Updates Television. We speak about the things you want to know about. We bring you the information, whether you're viewing us right here locally or abroad. We are always so happy to have you with us. And before we get into our conversations this morning, we head on over to the news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Adana. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Monday, February 24th, 2025. Cats and German Steel Orchestra secured their third consecutive victory in the 2025 National Medium Conventional Band Final. Their performance of Lying Excuses, arranged by Kirsch Ramsey, earned them a total of 281 points. Pan Endlers secured second place with 279 points after delivering a strong performance of Me Lover, arranged by O.J. Richards. Third place resulted in a tie with NGC Couva Joy Landers and the Pamberry Steel Orchestra securing 275 points. Congratulations to all bands in the medium category for their outstanding performances. Up next, the Tobago Unified Calypsonians Organization has announced the 11 finalists for the 2025 National Calypso Monarch competition. These finalists will compete against the reigning Calypso Monarch Michelle Montano at the Grand Finals scheduled for Sunday, March 2nd at the Queen's Park, Savannah. Among the finalists is Tobagonian Roslyn Reed Hayes, known as Roslyn, who will participate and perform her calypso, Sing It in Kaiso. Congratulations to the other 5 Tobagonians who participated but did not advance to the finals. And finally, Stockery has been crowned the 2025 Youth Soca Champion as announced by the Ultimate Soca Champions 2025 organizers. Performing the greatest at the finals on Thursday at the Queen's Park, Savannah, he secured a point of 366.5 points and won $200,000. Tobagonian Jaime vs. Thomas placed second with Pump It Up, earning 331 points and $75,000, while Christo secured third place with Unity, scoring 330.5 points and winning $40,000. The organizers praised the young artists for their presence, lyrical skill, and soca spirit, highlighting their bright futures in the genre. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Bianna, for our news there in 90 seconds. And of course, you know, we have to say congratulations once again to Cats and Jammers for winning. This is their third consecutive win
in the medium.
That's right. And you know what that means, Akinlabi?
Large band time.
Large
Time
bands,
for the large band.
going back to large bands, you know, and so of course we want to continue to celebrate
Yes.
them, the hard work that went in, that usually goes into, and for all the bands, in fact,
Yes.
we want to celebrate them for putting in the hard work, the sleepless nights. Sometimes when I'm at home sleeping, you know, they in the panyard arranging, coming up with concepts, kind of trying to figure out how we're gonna make one song roll into the other song, you know. So it takes a lot into ensuring that they present something that is, you know, worth the while. So, you know, we have to say congratulations to them, Cats and Jammers, of course. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. And we do continue to wish you the very best as you make your mark. I mean, you already have an established brand, and we're just looking for bigger and better things coming out. Akinlabi and Biana, I know you all were on the greens yesterday. Well, you know, you were there at the Pan celebration. I will call it a celebration of Pan yesterday. What was the feeling like and the lookings like there?
Well, for me, I was front and center, in front of the stage. So the energy from the audience, the crowd in the stage, in front of the stage, was really high. They were very excited, particularly for Cats and Jammers, because you know the home crowd came out. But I have to say that the performances from all the bands, all 10 bands, was very high last night. I don't think there were any poor performances. The competition was really, really stiff, particularly in the top 4 bands. That is Pamberry, Joylanders, Panelas, and Cats and Jammers. It was really tight up on the top 4, and I think that even if Cats and Jammers didn't win, even if it was one of those 4 bands, I think nobody would have really complained, because they really, even though all the bands performed well, they still were able to sort of separate themselves from the rest, and they really stood out.
Right. Okay, and Biana, for you, what was it like?
Well, on the bank was more like a relax and chill for me, but basically I just went to you know, see one performance, saw the performance, and then you know.
In terms of the turnout, I mean, I know we spoke about it on the show on Friday, you know, calling for Tobagonians to come out and to support, you know, our culture one and our Tobago people. I know Beverly Ramsey-Moore being the head of Pantry and Tobago and really trying to give Tobago a piece of the pie, right? What was the turnout like in terms of people coming out and supporting the event?
Well, on the bank we had the Cats and Jammers supporters for real, but in terms of, you know, the overall crowd there, it wasn't much of a showing of Tobagonians, but we still enjoyed.
Tobagonians, we need to support our own, you know. We need to come out, and when we ask for something and we get it, we need to show that we appreciate it and we really, really want it. And if we want the finals to remain in Tobago, then we have to be willing. $100 wouldn't break the bank. Well, it shouldn't break the bank, you know. So let's try to see how best we could really support what's going on. And I want to say congratulations also to Rosalind Reed.
Yes.
And you know, we have to get into Skinner Park. What is saying Skinner Park?
I think the living room community, they were really
disappointed, if you're looking for a word. Yes,
disappointed, and in terms of the results, right? And also I was looking forward to see more of social commentary in the
yes,
you know, and we didn't get that. We got much more of like
nation building songs. Yeah, I really too. I was wondering. I didn't do much research in terms of was the theme nation building songs, because we saw a lot of those types of songs coming out, and I was looking for the type of songs that you would hear a long time, like from Crow and them kind of fellas. That is where you're looking for the social commentary, current affairs, things that we could connect with. I mean, while yes, you need the nation building, you need a little kind of moral boost and stuff like that. But let me talk about the current things now.
I think sometimes with the Calypsonians, they try to anticipate what the judges' taste might be like on the year, that given year. And perhaps they decided to go with something safe. Nation building is safe.
We not SOE. It has so much things to sing about.
You know,
so many things to sing about.
You know, sometimes people don't
I come from
really
let me tell you, Akinlabi, in case you don't know, I come from a Calypso home. My father been writing Calypso since I was 0. Right? And when I sit down and I listen to these things, I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, oh gosh.
Well, you know, if you come from a Calypso home.
But even we had the thing with Miss Christopher, you know, so
so many things, so many things
you
could sing about.
If you're coming from a Calypso home, you know that Calypsonians sometimes they want to get in the finals, and you know, nation building songs they tend to be safe. Nation building songs tend to be safe. Everybody love a nation building song. You're not offending anybody. you might get a better chance.
And who gets anywhere by not offending people? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we have to wrap up the banter. We wish we could stay here all morning talking about what happened over the weekend. And, as we continue to go into the carnival season, we want you to ensure that you are safe whatever you are doing. Go out in groups. Ensure that you have a designated driver. When you're celebrating, be responsible with all that you are doing. All right. Biana, thank you so much for being on set with us this morning, bringing the news in 90 seconds. Akinlabi, thank you for the little banter there. But we have to celebrate with those who are celebrating. It's time for our birthday shout outs. All right, and this morning we start off by celebrating Miss Crystal Phillips. Crystal Phillips is celebrating her birthday today. Pretty lady, very nice person. Crystal, we want to wish you happy birthday, coming to you from all of us here at Tobago Updates Television. So happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday shout-outs going to Mr. Siobhan Lynch. Happy birthday, Mr. Lynch. We hope that you're going to have a very blessed day today. We hope you're going to spend it with your loved ones, your family, your friends, your children if you have any. And we just hope that you'll stay safe and blessed.
Next up is Kemba Seeley. Kemba Seeley is celebrating a birthday, and we do hope that you have a wonderful birthday today. We pray God's blessings upon your life, and we do hope that as you celebrate this new chapter, that you experience the joy and love that comes with celebrating.
And finally, we have Miss Tracy Caldera. Happy birthday goes out to Miss Tracy Caldera. God's richest blessings to you. We hope that you have a very blessed day. We hope that if you're going to work, you have a very productive day. Everybody showers you with dinner mints and chocolates and sweeties and flowers, roses, whatever they have to give to you. Happy birthday from the Tobago Updates team.
All right, and even if you are celebrating a birthday, you're celebrating an anniversary, whatever you're celebrating, a promotion, retirement, you're going off to college, whatever you're celebrating, of course, we join in the celebration with you, and we do hope that you remember to put God first and include him, because he's the only reason why there's even anything to celebrate. Akinlabi, who are we talking with this morning?
Well, this morning, Adana, we have Mr. Jesse Taylor, the cultural officer too, and he will be coming in to speak with us about two topics: the Junior Extravaganza and meet the delegates of the Windward Afro Queen show. And then afterwards, we have Mr. Javon Dos Santos Carrington, the first place Calypsonian in the Inter-Department Carnival Calypso competition. So we guess he's going to be coming to talk to us about his experience last week, Thursday.
That's right.
And finally, we're going to have Miss Kayla Whitlock Sinclair, the Miss Personality from the Inter-Department Personality winner. And we have our co-host here, co-worker. She's cheering her on, Team White, Team Tian Tech. She'll be coming in to speak about her experience in the interdepartment competition as well.
That's right. So ladies and gentlemen, you have to stay with us as we go through those conversations. But I know it's Monday morning and you might be wondering, what's in my cup? What's in my cup is sponsored by LCJ Delights. And this morning, remember last week I told you I had some joint pain, so I'm drinking ginger and turmeric tea again this morning to help me with those joints. So in the event you are trying to find your tea or any of your breakfast menu recipes, you can also contact LCJ Delights. They are located at the Signal Hill Micro Enterprise Unit. Also contact them for your tea, your porridge, your flour to make your pancakes, your waffles, whatever you want for breakfast. They are the ones for you. In the meantime, we have to go for a short break before we begin conversations here in studio. So whether you're viewing right here in Tobago, you are from Trinidad, you are viewing in the Caribbean region, the United States of America, Canada, England, all of Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, wherever you are this morning, we say thank you so much for choosing us and making us your number one choice for morning show here on the island of Tobago. Whether you are viewing on Facebook or on our YouTube channel or on AMPLIA 102, Floor 121 or 130, we say thank you so much. And this is your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Greetings everyone, I am Miss Kersha Kent, the reigning Miss Windward Afro Queen 2023. Come along on this journey to see who will be crowned Miss Windward Afro Queen 2025.
9 delegates are set to compete for the coveted title of Miss Windward Afro Queen 2025.
My name is Naomi Ramasa. Standing before you, I am Kalia Denu. I stand before you as Miss Jada Covington.
This highly anticipated pageant will be held on Wednesday, February 26th at the Sid Gray Complex.
I am Kershal Pierre. I am Julissa Sandy.
I am Miss Kaisha Joseph,
one of these 9 gems will win my crown.
These talented women will be vying for the crown, showcasing their beauty, intelligence, and cultural pride.
Salam, I am Shanicia Walker. Hi everyone, I am the multi-talented Kian Jerry.
It is an pleasant day to all. I am Kairis Imari Manswell. Come join me to crown the new Miss Windward Afro Queen 2025 at Singway Complex, the 26th of February. Save the date and don't be late.
This promises to be an exciting event celebrating the rich heritage and vibrant spirit of Tobago. See you there.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 GB fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
Get ready, Tobago! The Tobago Standards Showroom Warehouse Sale. It's on February 21st and 22nd only. From 8 p.m. to 5 p.m. we are slashing prices on everything. That's right, up to 75% off. Furniture, appliances, electronics, you name it. It's on sale. Don't miss out on this incredible deal. Tobago Standards. Nobody beats us on price. See you there.
Guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago, so it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you so much for staying with us. You know, we want to continue a little conversation here in studio, and we want to bring you along on the journey. So feel free to leave your comments on our Facebook live stream and on our YouTube channel. Before we went to a break, we were talking about, you know, the culture, Calypso, and what happened at Calypso Fiesta this year with the types of songs that we were hoping to hear, you know, in relation to what we heard. The majority of the songs were nation-building songs, and we kind of like to hear the social commentary because that's our culture.
Yes.
We like to talk, we like to pick on things that are actually happening in our society, things that we can, you know, kind of identify with. In as much as we need the moral boost, we kind of want to hear the backs.
Yes,
you know, we kind of want to see how we craft what is happening and put it in poetically and deliver it, and we didn't get that. And you know, before we came back, you were talking about Rosalind Reed's song, the lone Tobagonian who got into the finals, and you were talking about what her song was talking about, the very same thing. They're not really singing what they're supposed to sing, you know. And I don't know if we have any audio on the song this morning, but if we don't, you know, you can just kind of talk us through your kind of interpretation of her song.
Well, for me, Rosalind Reed's song was more of a, I don't want to say a complaint, but more of a lament about the state of Calypso in these modern times, and that Calypsonians not really fulfilling the mandate to be that voice of the people anymore. Like I said earlier, they decided to play it safe a lot more. And she was appealing to Calypsonians to go back to the roots and start singing things that are controversial, speaking about things that are controversial, that persons, the members of the public want to be aired in the public space, you know? Sing these things about Calypso, in Calypso, sing about the issues we're facing with governance, or the issues, the social ills that we have, and that kind of thing.
And that is what Calypso is about, as far as I know. Calypso is really, remember, Calypso is unique to Trinidad and Tobago, right? And it came from a place where people just wanted to be expressive, a free place where you could express what is happening around you. And I feel as if Calypsonians have a responsibility to tell our stories in song, in the type of way they do. The art form they have is a very, very important one for us here in Trinidad and Tobago. And we don't want it to shift to something, you know, sometimes we lose our identity when we're trying to model something else. And what Calypso is talking about who we are as a people, what's happening, and how we're fixing it. When you look at how Calypso has been over the years, they really get to the issues in their own lyrical way, in their own comedic way, but they're telling the truth. And you might also find somebody talking about, this is the way how we want it to go, this is the way to fix it, this is what the people want, we're doing is nonsense. That is what you want.
Yeah, the Calypso really was well, supposed to be a voice of accountability to those that are seen as the leaders of society, to see those that are seen as the upper echelons of society. So people really want Calypso to return to those roots where the man on the ground, the woman on the ground, the child has a voice. They have someone to represent them and raise the issues that are really affecting them.
And I totally agree, and I didn't even think about that in this discourse. It's a representation of the people.
Yes.
All types of people, whether
Definitely.
You're socially integrated, whether you're in the 1% or you're in the 99%, the Calypso is supposed to represent all the people who reside here, who have any interest here in Trinidad and Tobago. And I feel like let we build a nation together is good.
Yes.
But we want to talk about the things that happen. What we building the nation for?
What are we going to fix?
What are we going to fix? What is the crisis? So you have to identify the crisis. And you know, sometimes, as much as you have free speech and all like that, there is a way. You see, when you create a Calypso, those things are preserved, they are archived. So you could always, refer to those things. You could say, well, back in 1920, look at what is one thing about, and we reach 1970, and we still have the same problem. Yeah. Or we have, we overcome that problem. And this is where we are now. We don't have the nation building thing nice. I don't feel like knocking the nation building. I like it. But, we had to get back to the real essence of what Calypso is, you know. Talk about your personal journey, talk about how the government treats in Trinidad and Tobago, talk about people who suffering, talk about people who make it. Even if you talk about people who make it on an international stage, I don't mind that, but you know, we had to get back to the roots.
You want to see a lot more mixture in the type of Calypsos being
That's right. The essence of the Calypso, it must come back, you know. So, you know, let's hope for the best, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, we're so happy that you remained with us even up until now. And we're hoping to see some of your comments in our Facebook live stream. We want to see what you think, what you feel about the Calypso, about the art form, what you think about what could be done different. And, you know, I want to pinpoint a little bit in terms of the Tobagoans who went down there to represent Tobago. I am proud of all of them.
Of course.
Jaleese Orr. She was here, and you know, I was actually over the weekend, I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw that she had a post there from 2019.
Yes, I saw it as
well. You saw the post, and the post was like, she just wants to go to Skinner Park and said, Skinner Park, what are you doing? And she was able to do that. So we must say congratulations to you, Jaleese. Even though you didn't make it to the finals, you got on that Skinner Park stage, and we say congratulations to you. Sharon Phillips. How Sharon Phillips didn't get in?
Well, a lot of persons asking that question, but I'm not a judge. I can't say. You know, sometimes us as the fans, we hear certain things and we believe that this person should get in or that person should get in, but unfortunately, we're not on the judges panel, so, you know.
Well, you know, it is what it is.
But I heard that our performance was excellent.
It was, you know. And, you know, I really want to say a heartfelt congratulations to even Caston Cupid and Tobago Chalky and all the other Tobago artists who took the stage as well. You know, congratulations to you guys. And we will continue to support our own.
Of course.
And most importantly, we support the culture and ensure that the culture has a space nationally and internationally, because what we're trying to do is to really get our culture out there so that we could hold our own in spaces across the globe, so people could know who we are. If we want to be the greatest little island on the planet, we had to do things, you know. So the thing really is to get ourselves out there, get our name out there, build a brand that is undeniable, and I think that's what we need to be focusing on with our culture and who we are as a people here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, and I think over the past few years we've been doing very well. We've been making a lot of strides. This year, 2025, Carnival 2025, Tobagoans have done excellently. They've excelled a lot in all the different spheres.
Talking about that, not to cut you off, what about Verse? Let's talk about Verse.
Verse, he came in as a wild card.
The wild card.
And he came right up to second, and I think that was excellent.
Remarkable.
At first, when he didn't get into the finals on his own, I was shocked. I didn't understand how he didn't get in, but thank God he got through with the wild card, and he did excellently. He represented well.
He represented Tobago, and I'm glad. I'm real glad, you know, and I feel he really was to come first. But that's my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. That's just my opinion. Thank you so much for staying with us throughout this banter. And when we come back from the break, we're going to get into our interviews and our conversations here on set. So thank you so much for staying with us. And as we go for a break, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live.
Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
This one's a true story. So listen. Big fiasco we had here in Tobago, involving a secretary and Minister Shamfa Kojo. The secretary is a pastor, a so-called man of the cloth. Was a total disaster to see Shamfa feel his wrath. Yeah, why? The issue was about entry the pastor denied. I'm telling you, as a big man like Shamfa, I could have cried. As a man of character, he should have damn well know that when you hold public office, you just shouldn't get on so. The pastor hold on to the key, he don't want to give she the key. If you want the key, he say you have to come home by me. Shamfa shoot a call to Rowley shoot a call to Fali. Just give she the key, or you ain't gonna get no autonomy. Pam 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 palida ide, balabada pam palida pam padoy, pam 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 padoy.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television. Yes, the voice that you're hearing in the background laughing is the man himself, Dos Santos Carrington. Javon Dos Santos Carrington is in studio this morning, and he is the champion, inter-department champion, Calypsonian 2025. Dos,
yes,
good morning and welcome.
Good morning, and thank you very much for having me this morning.
Of course, the honor is ours, you know, and I mean, before we came to this interview, we were talking on air about calypsos, and we were talking about Calypso Fiesta, which took place yesterday, and the fact Saturday, and they were talking. They were more so singing nation-building songs, and this your song is speaking about an issue. These are things we want to hear. Issues that actually happening in our society, things that we could relate to, and the way calypsonians or artists put it together poetically and deliver it. What was the thought process that went into, you know what, this is what I want to do, and how am I going to deliver it?
Let me be quite honest. The composer of the song, Mr. Gary Baptiste, he did all the groundwork. He did absolutely all the groundwork. The prerequisite for me participating in this competition, however, was that I was not going to be going up on stage singing smut. I do not, there's no way I could go up there and feel comfortable within myself to go up there singing smut and then face my clients the next day or face my co-workers the next day. So with that being said, this was the piece that he put together so nicely. And I guess it was successful. We could say it was successful.
We can say that. We can lean in that direction. We can lean in that direction.
Just a tad.
And you know, I like the fact, sorry, Akinlabi, I like the fact that, I mean, in as much as we think the smuttiness is what kind of sells. I like the way you were still able to deliver the key points.
I see what you did there.
The key points, right? Deliver the key points and to stay, you know, to stay socially acceptable, to stay in a place where you can, as you rightfully said, still communicate with you're going to the bank and nobody has to say that's the man that sings. You understand?
And I think it really resonated with the audience because we would have had an workout event on Saturday, and it's funny that they would have asked me to sing the song at the event, and even the verses, people were singing parts of the verses, they were singing the chorus,
and the first time they heard it was Thursday night.
The first time everybody heard this song was Thursday night at Inter-Department. So I'm thinking, I guess we did something. You
right. Did an amazing job, and as I will go back to the same point, the fact that you actually spoke about things that happened so people can relate to it, and it was easy for them to catch it. They didn't have to be in the background thinking, well, where he going with this? So where this come from?
I think the only thing, looking at the comments on because a couple of friends would have screenshotted the comments on either your page or wherever else it was being viewed about the outfit. The secretary in question, when he started his career in politics, he was known for this slightly oversized pinstripe jacket. So immediately when I went through the words of the song, this is what we need to do. The boxers now, yes, it was supposed to be a boxers. The song says, you need to come home by me. So obviously he wouldn't be in his full priesthood regalia at home. So that was the splice of it down below. So that kind of explains the whole background behind the outfit too, yeah?
Okay, and one of the good things about the calypso is the delivery, you know. A lot of persons, they like the delivery. It played on that very valued part of calypso called the double entendre. And persons had to really, because at the first time I listened to it, the first 2 times I hear the key, I was like, okay, and then I caught on to it, and I think last year persons would have complained that it was a bit too crass. The show was a bit too crass last year. There wasn't enough finesse in the calypsos or the performances, and I think you really addressed that.
And again, I must give full credit to Mr. Baptiste, Gary Baptiste, excellent writer. He would have won the competition last year. So he, along with the team that they would have blessed me with at the division, there was one practice in particular when we were up at the Cudler Hall Community Center. After that practice, I did a full run through. After that practice, I was questioning, what did you really get yourself into? Because the solid critique that they gave me after that practice, I felt like everything that I would have done prior was a waste of time. But I also took it in good stead that if they weren't concerned and if they didn't have my best interest at heart, they would have just been, okay, yes, quiet, that's good. We good. Yeah, that's okay. But I really must say thanks to the team from the division as well. Special shout out to Keisha, who was my manager throughout this whole thing. She made the entire process a breeze. All I needed to do was learn the song and deliver on the night.
I know when we spoke with the contestants up at CP's, the contestant for finance, Cassell Campbell, he would have stated that he had a newfound respect for Calypso and Calypsonians.
Yes.
And those who write Calypso.
Oh,
you have the same feeling?
Yes, yes, it is. I think the level of intelligence it takes, first of all, to have just one topic and bring so many aspects of that one topic together. And then even the person performing it, because the setting at Interdepartment was very intimidating.
Yes.
Getting up there and seeing all those faces waiting to hear what's coming next. And there was one side of the crowd in particular, when I started, they weren't moving at all. They weren't moving at all. And I made it my point of duty. Second verse is all over there. I'm going over to that side. And by the time I got to the second chorus, I saw hands in the air. I saw people standing, people rocking back, laughing. So I said, okay, I have them now. And it was intimidating at first, as I said, but coming down to the end, it was like, wow, it was an outer body experience. Yeah.
And talking about an outer body experience, talking about having the respect for Calypsonians, do you think you will do this again?
No.
Why not?
No. And it's funny, I've been, okay, so what it is, the place where they had, first I'm not that so much into Calypso.
Skinner Park.
Skinner Park next. That's the comments I get. So Skinner Park next. Let's not get ahead of us. So when next, there's one guy approached me backstage. So you're interested in singing Calypsos going for? No, thank you. It was a one-off experience. It was never on my bucket list. That was a question my mom asked. So this was one of the things on your bucket list, Mommy? No. I grew up in church. I grew up singing in church choir. I grew up in church. I knew nothing about carnival. And it's just the division approached me. I said no several times. And after them being very persuasive, I went into it. And as everything else, if I'm into it, I'm going to fully immerse myself into it. So my co-workers heard me several mornings listening Trinidad, Rio, different Calypsonians on their delivery patterns and their styles. At home, I was singing to the mirror a lot. My wife probably fed up hearing the song in the house. In my van, that was my main rehearsal hall. So I fully immerse myself in whatever I'm doing, and the main thing is to have fun.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
And I know the burning question is, what were the things that you learned the most? I know you spoke about the respect for Calypsonians, but what were some of the things that you really took away from this that you would never forget?
I think it's lessons that can be applied to everything else. One, I must say the camaraderie among all the participants, because there were nights where we all were at the band room together, and the energy and vibe that was present at the band room, people stayed back after their practice to cheer on others while they are practicing. And teamwork and something is something that we can all plug into other aspects of life. That energy of just appearing on stage and doing things that would take you out of your comfort zone. I think that's something we all should do at some point in life. Do something that gets you excited. Do something that makes you like go wow. Get your heart racing once in a while. Yeah, so those are just some little,
And you know, before we end the interview, I'm going to put you on the spot here. We didn't plan
Why
this.
did I think this was coming?
We didn't plan this, but you had to sing a little something first before you leave.
So before I do that, let me just especially shout out my Dose Fit family. They came out huge. They printed jerseys, Department of Dose jerseys. They were crazy up there. Special shout out to the administrator, the division as well. The entire division of community development. Thank you all so much. So I think I'll do the third verse that was missing on the live, So I think I should do that,
Yes.
How did it go again? There we go. All right, here we go, Access to all resources and all them facilities, say they should be given freely, just like the birds and the bees. Don't lock we out of we center, just to show we you is the boss. And on top of that, you go tell we that who get vexed, well, they lost. You're mad? Treat everybody equal, cause them kind of things ain't nice. It's like when he went to Grenada the famous Isle of the Spice. Cause at the end of the day, we are all from Tobago. And as the Lord Nelson they say, all are we is one family. The pastor hold on to the key. He don't want to give she the key. If you are the key, he say you have to come home by me. Rowley call and say to Farley, that building is not church property. Don't embarrass me, just replace him with the pipe man not see.
All right.
Dos Santos, Carinza, ladies and gentlemen, the only place you can get this is on the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television, boy. Many congrats. I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you very much.
You know, and I wish whatever you put your mind to, even if it's not on your bucket list, step in there.
And for everybody else.
That's right. Step in there and do your best, put your best foot forward. And you are a great encouragement to a lot of people. As you mentioned, it wasn't on your bucket list. You kept telling them, no. You went for it. You immerse yourself into it. I like your whole process. And you know, I want to encourage all of our viewers this morning, whatever you get yourself into, immerse yourself into it. You never can tell. Whenever you enter a competition, you enter into win. But sometimes it might be a little bit shaky. Put your whole self in it. Put your whole self in it. And you never know. You might be sitting right here in studio with us, going through this conversation this morning.
Mommy and Daddy, good morning.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're so thankful that you're always choosing us every morning, whether you're getting ready for work or whatever you're doing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have to go for a short break before we continue conversations in studio. Those you have to join us, as we ask our viewers to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Can princes turn into frogs? When did he get so cocky and so damn out of place? Well, it's now I gotta be watching closely at the next election race. The pastor hold on to the key. He don't want to give she the key. If you want the key, he say you have to come home by me. They say like he walking bee, flying all over the mother country. He looking for fame, so put him to a system of jail. Pam 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 palida day, palabada pam palida pam padoy. Now tell me if you agree. Listen. Access to all resources and all them facilities, say they should be given freely, just like the birds and the bees. Don't lock we out of we center.
Greetings everyone, I am Miss Kersha Kent, the reigning Miss Women Afro Queen 2023. Come along on this journey to see who will be crowned Miss Women Afro Queen 2025.
9 delegates are set to compete for the coveted title of Miss Windward Afro Queen 2025.
My name is Naomi Ramasa. Standing before you, I am Kalia Denum. I stand before you as Miss Jada Covington.
This highly anticipated pageant will be held on Wednesday, February 26th at the Sid Gray Complex.
I am Kershal Pierre. I am Julissa Sandy. I am Miss Kaisha Joseph.
One of these 9 gems will win my crown.
These talented women will be vying for the crown, showcasing their beauty, intelligence, and cultural pride.
Salam, I am Shanicia Walker. Hi everyone, I am the multi-talented Kian Jerry.
It is an pleasant day to all.
I am
Kairis Imari Manswell. Come join me to crown the new Miss Windward Afro Queen 2025 at Singway Complex, the 26th of February. Save the date and don't be late.
This promises to be an exciting event celebrating the rich heritage and vibrant spirit of Tobago. See you there.
Ahoy! Carnival crew! This is Captain Keeler reporting for duty. Tobago's utilities called, and I ready to sail through the night with mass and style. Got her wrong. Let me tell you a story. One older than the waves that lash against the shores of our sweet islands. One older than that machine in Tiantec Tongue Power Station. I promise you, It not go dry like Wassa Hillsborough Dam, no long like TSTT French Fort Communication, but rather is a tailspun from salt and sweat, from rum and revelry, from the pride of men that danced with the sea and them that has danced on the land. It's them same men whose response time is second to none. When current gone, your data done, and the water in the pipe brung. Who I could call? Who I could call for up and a down, up and a down, up and a down? I say, who I could call for up and a down, up and a down, up and a down? Them is real sailor men. But it's not a call for a bare bounce, you know. But instead, through rain, sun, and every single storm, we money and rain.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you so much for staying with us. As you are aware, we are in the carnival season here in Trinidad and Tobago, and we recently concluded our conversation with Javon Dos Santos Carrington. He's the Calypsonian for Interdepartment 2025. And who do we have in studio next? Of course, we have to speak to the winners. Come on. We have the Personality 2025, Mrs. Keela Whitlock St-Hilaire, who's represented Tian Tech. She's in studio with us this morning. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course, a pleasure having you here this morning. And we've seen a totally different person sitting here this morning as opposed to who we just saw on our screens this morning, ladies and gentlemen. So tell us about, your experience in the competition. Is it your first time entering a competition of this nature?
Yes, it was. It was my first time entering a competition, and it was an amazing experience. There's a lot of work and preparation that went into doing it. When we decided that we wanted to do it, we started with doing research in the library. We went to carnival workshops. We interviewed historians and persons who are seasoned in the sailor mass. We went to Trinidad and dealt with the mass camps to talk to the wire benders to understand the process and the textures and the materials and all the work that had to go into getting the production to what it was.
And I like the fact that you went into the preparation aspect of it and the research that you did, because the theme this year was Retro 1960 rather, and we were looking for that. How do you tie your delivery into the past? And when we listened to your piece, it spoke about all of these persons and what they did back then and stuff like that. So we see where the research was put in, where it's not just about what's happening today, what's happening now. Although you brought that in it, you also spoke about what happened then. In terms of balancing, having to ensure you have all of this ready, because remember, this is your first time in this competition, How did it click to you to think, let me do some research, let me interview this person, let me do this, let me not just write something and end up on a stage, because sometimes that can happen. What was the idea behind, let me make sure I have all my ducks in a row so I can get on the stage and win this thing?
Well, I didn't want to just skim the surface. I didn't want to do, based on looking at the competition over the years, I saw what the nature of the competition is. I saw what is the social expectancy of the competition as well, especially in terms of what the talent piece is supposed to do. And I didn't just want to skim the surface. I wanted to go deeper, because I understand that there's still room for great storytelling and performance arts. I understand that double entendres and wit and high energy performance and making it fun is what people want, but I really wanted it to be meaningful, to be able to be streamed over many more platforms and to reach a wider audience.
So and how did you come about choosing the sailor?
Well, it first started with the love that I had for a song that I heard, as I told them in my initial interview. And then as the concept grew, I wanted to marry and juxtapose the discipline, the resilience, the authority of the sailor, and marry it to today's men and women being the utilities that I represented. And I think that doing the research like this, the fancy sailor, is something that kind of resonated with me.
Yes, the fancy part, especially if you know Keela at all. Yes. Keela is Miss Fancy, she'll always keep it together. And I like the fact that your delivery wasn't smutty. Yes. It wasn't, as you rightfully said, the social expectation, which we had to kind of revisit. I'm just putting that out there. And it was well put together. You delivered on the topic you wanted to speak about, and you maintained, although you put in the cultural part of it, you still maintain that level of, listen, I'm really talking about something you all want to hear about,
Yes. So, Mrs. Cynthia, I know that you come from a family of performers.
Mm-hmm.
Just speak to us about how that impacted you and prepared you for your performance.
Well, initially, I know everybody was expecting me to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the performers in my family are singers.
I was definitely expecting it.
Yes, but I am more of a talker. Storytelling has been my thing since I was in primary school, and I think it is easier for you to hold a note in speech than to hold it in a song. That's the first thing. And also because of my kids, and my husband, my family at large, I wanted whatever it is I did, not just because I was comfortable in it. I wanted at the end of the day, not to create that cringe factor, as my eldest daughter says. I wanted, when we look back at this 10 years later, that my daughters don't say, that's what mommy to say, or that's what mommy to do. You understand? So I really just did what I was comfortable with. This is my forte, which is speaking. For me to get ready to do that piece, it took a lot out of me, because if you know me as a person, while I might appear fancy, I don't emote much.
Right.
So I had to go into a alter ego. We called her Deborah, because Keela you would never see me in my natural state acting that way, or even emoting that much, or even being that animated. So it was for me to get out of my own head and get into our alter ego to be able to give you all what I gave you all on Thursday night.
And you know, Dos Santos also spoke about the fact that when he was finished on stage, he wanted to ensure he could still relate to his clients, his
Correct.
colleagues, and you're talking about your family, ensuring that they remain proud of you.
Correct.
And you also spoke about storytelling is your thing. What do you think is next? I mean, a platform was created here now, and now, of course, we live in Tobago. We're 60,000 of us, and there's always, so when something happens, people looking to see what is next. So where do you go from here in terms of expressing yourself through stories?
What I want to see happen is, because I've noticed over the years of the competition that I've never seen anything really happen. You win, and then the next year you go up on stage, and then you give up your crown. So I want to make the year a meaningful one. I want to hope that the powers that be would be able to work along with me. I want to go into schools and communities, have interactive sessions in schools. We can bring in veteran masqueraders, cultural historians, artisans, for persons to be able to understand the tradition and the craft that I believe is slowly diminishing in Tobago. That is my hope.
And you know, it's very meaningful because, as you rightfully said, I think of all the competitions that they have, usually when you have a reigning queen or a personality, that person does something. They become an activist for some cause, and it doesn't happen with interdepartment. So I hope Festivals Commission and Division of Tourism, you all are hearing, and you're going to piggyback on this. And this is an awesome opportunity, and I really do hope that they take on this opportunity to really go into communities, into schools, and to preserve this and archive this, so that the person who is coming to sing in 2060, they could pull from your material the same way you pull from others, the same way you went to research. They can research your piece and pull parts from it. So I think this is something that we really can invest in and ensure that we kind of preserve the culture, because, as you rightfully said, I feel as if some elements of our culture are not being emphasized as they should, and we're slowly losing that part of it. So I really want us to preserve that. Akilabi?
Yes, I agree with you as well. There's one last question I wanted to ask you, Mrs. Cynthia. You mentioned your children, and they don't want you to do anything cringe or anything like that. What has been the feedback from them after the performance, after the victory?
Well, even during the performance, I have a 17-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And I did not know until the morning after that my 10-year-old, was on the live, and she was commenting on the live and telling people my mommy's in the show, and certain things that I was saying, she was saying yes with the S's going down. So they were proud. They were really pleased that I won, during the whole process. It was like, Mommy, I hope you win. I hope you win. So they were one of my greatest motivations to ensure that, I leave a legacy for them. And it's something that person should understand. Understand why you're doing something, how you're doing it, and ensure that the legacy that you leave is something that your persons after you, whether it be your children, whoever it is that you're doing it for, that they have something that they could be proud of and look up to.
You heard it today from Keela Whitlock Sinclair, that your legacy is something that the persons behind you can be proud of. Your children, your grandchildren, and generations to come. Build a legacy that is worth building and holding on to. And I do hope, in all seriousness, I do hope that, the powers that be will really rally around you, Keela. This is something I think Tobago Updates will want to follow, to see where it goes. I really want to see it established. And if I could be a part of it, hey, I'm on board. Let us get the thing going and let us ensure that Tobago, the culture of Tobago, which is so unique, although we are joined to Trinidad, our culture is so unique. Our culture is so rich. Our culture is so different. Come on. We could do this. We could do this once we come together. And, we always invite our viewers to come together for any plight that we have to ensure it is done. All the best in all your future endeavors, whatever it is, whether it is on our stage, in a school, in a library, wherever you are. We wish you the very best as you continue on this journey. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we have to end the morning show. But it's not where we end our programming. We head on over to GMT, which is Good Morning Tobago. So we do hope that you could stay with us. And as you stay with us, before I say share the live, the whole studio, they forward themselves to say hi and to wave and to smile, and there's a specific person in the background. You should know the person who reads the news in 90 seconds, I'm not going to call any names, is also waving to Keela this morning. But ladies and gentlemen, this is where we have to go. Share the live, share the live, share the live.
I think with this facility having been down for about 10 years or somewhere thereabout, I think it's an excellent initiative, and that it was recommissioned. I was talking to one of the other educators here, and he said that it was a very good program for the students, especially at the CSEC level. So I think it's an excellent initiative, and I'm very proud of the present administration for working so feverishly and assiduously to get it back up and running.
Yes, I am very excited about the reopen of the Kendall Aquatic Facility. I hope to come and learn to swim properly.
I'm very excited about the reopening, and I hope to come and take swimming lessons.
The problem we had was that the leak, the facility had a leak and caused the major shutdown. So now that it is back, all the programs you see happening in the west will be in the east, and even more, because while it was down, we were planning how we're going to do a lot of things. So what you see down in the west will be up in the east.
I'm challenging you all for us to work with agencies such as the YMCA in having an even more robust and inclusive program, so that we can ensure by a defined date all of Tobago's students and young people can actually swim. You should not live on an island and not be able to swim. And with what we are seeing in terms of climate changes, what we are seeing in terms of the battle with the sea on our coasts, all of our young people from as early as possible should learn to swim.
This pool belongs to you. It is a space for your families to bond, for your communities to gather, and for individuals to focus on their health and wellness. Whether it's a child learning to swim for the very first time, an athlete training for the next level of competition, or a senior enjoying low-impact exercise, this facility caters for everyone.
Was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
About to sign today will ensure that the three agencies work together, understand each other's role. There will be no duplication of efforts. Where one stops, the other begins. We cannot do it all, so we need the support. And this will ensure that we have things documented, set down in writing, where there's clarity.
The TRHA and the executive management of the TRHA is committed to providing the resources that are integral in making this collaborative effort work, because ultimately we are not the beneficiaries of this MOU. We are the stewards of the MOU, which is birthed in order to protect the children of this island.
We have come to the place where we see this not as a Children's Authority MOU, but as a tripartite MOU, where the three entities come together and we say this is what we are responsible for as it relates to the nation's and the island's children. And that is critical because it means that we now are taking full responsibility, all of us. We're not saying it's Children's Authority that's supposed to do that. We're not saying it's TRHA, we're not saying it's the division, we're not saying it is not my responsibility, it is yours. We are saying collectively, it is our responsibility to ensure that this child is safe.
Does three things. It reduces that interaction of the child with three different agencies, so we don't re-traumatize the young child. It provides a seamless legal coverage for the child throughout the entire case management process, and it helps all three agencies document this case appropriately, so that when it comes for the review, which may happen through the legal system, we have each other's role clearly spelled out and the documentation therein.
This is really setting the pace for what we really want here on the island of Tobago. It really is a passion of mine in terms of enhancing families and children. So this occasion right here is just the start of us really trying our best to see how best we could provide support for children and families with the different agencies that are involved that have signed here today. So honestly, I'm really, really excited. As we say, this is the step in the right direction for us here in terms of child protection in the collaboration with the THA and the TRHA here today.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
We will recall that Operation Gulfstreams began on that fateful morning, just mere days before our National Carnival on the 7th of February 2024. The impacted area was something like 15 kilometers of space, starting from Scarborough, going way down to Pettigrew, just behind my back. And it resulted in the removal of waste to the extent close to 60,000 barrels of oiled waste and over 23,000 cubic yards of waste materials that were moved, which was stored at Stolly Park. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. The fisher folks are ready to go out to sea to check on booms, to make sure that the booms are intact. These booms were utilized. So you have that process taking place. You have diving taking place, looking at what is happening below the sea and the challenges. So this is divided up into two major operations. What is happening on shore.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong.
And welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. I am your host, Chanel Felix. I know whenever you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask those questions that you want asked. But before we get into this morning's interesting conversations, let's have our news in 90 seconds. Cats and Jammers Steel Orchestra secured their third consecutive victory in the 2025 National Medium Conventional Band Final. Their performance of Lying Excuses, arranged by Kirsch Ramsey, earned them a total of 281 points. Pan Elders secured second place with 279 points after delivering a strong performance of Milova, arranged by O.J. Richards. Third place resulted in a tie with NGC Couva Joylanders and Pambury Steel Orchestra, scoring 275 points. Congratulations to all bands in the medium category for their outstanding performance. Additionally, the Trinbago Unified Calypsonians organizations has announced the 11 finalists in the 2025 National Calypso Monarch competition. These finalists will compete against the reigning Calypso Monarch, Marshall Montano, at the grand finals scheduled for Sunday, March 2nd at the Queen's Park Savannah. Among the finalists is Tobago's Roslyn Reed Haynes, known as Roslyn, who will perform her calypso Sing It in Kaiso. Congratulations to the other 5 Tobagonian calypsonians who participated and did not advance to the finals. And finally, Sucre has been crowned the 2025 Youth Soca Champion, as announced by the Ultimate Soca Champion 2025 organizers. Performing the greatest at the finals on Thursday at the Queen's Park Savannah, Sucre scored 366.5 points and won $200,000. Tobagonian Jaheim Verse Thomas placed second with Pump It Up, earning him 331 points and $75,000. $75,000, while Christo secured third place, with Unity scoring him 330.5 points and winning $40,000. The organizers praised the young artists for their stage presence, lyrical skills, and soca spirit, highlighting their bright futures in the genre. And that was on News in 90 Seconds. Now, this morning, we are continuing along the veins of Carnival and all that is happening here on the island of Tobago, as well as nationally. And when it comes to Carnival and festival organization, this morning we have on set with us here a man that is no stranger to us on Tobago Updates. As we talk about the Windward Afro Queen Show this morning, we have the Cultural Officer too at the Division of Tourism, Mr. Jesse Taylor. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Tobago. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I mean, well, we are always having these conversations,
We are.
especially when it comes to Carnival time. And you have continued to organize this Afro Queen, Windward Afro Queen Show Festival. And every year it's getting bigger. Every year you are striving to improve
That's the game.
and to do something different. This year, tell us how the festival has evolved.
So it's returned. It has returned after a 1 year hiatus. We didn't have the festival in 2024, so we are delighted to have it. We took the opportunity to look at some of the areas how we could do better placement. We had an opportunity to scope on a wider basis for delegates around the island and give rise to creating newness, freshness. And so this year we now, eventually, we now have a slate of 8 young ladies. We are returning to roots. The show is called Ancestral Royalty, a story of resilience, strength, and unity of a people, very much reminiscent of the struggles of our ancestors. So we tried to rekindle and reignite the African passion, and at the same time make it parallel to our very beautiful celebration, which is the Festival of Carnival.
Excellent. And there's also the junior extravaganza
Yes,
that's
certainly.
involved in that as well. So tell us a bit about that.
This year, we are so happy because for the first time, we will have a broken record of Calypsonians, which really would be the real focus of the show. This show is on Friday, and it's at the St. Grace Stadium. So there'll be old mass, and there'll be calypso, and there'll be traditional mass, and there'll be the little Miss Afro and the junior Miss Afro. So we're inviting all the schools, all the children, all the community groups to just join us there for a day of fun, entertainment. It's titled Jewels in the Sun. We believe that our children are the future and that they have a very important part to play in the preservation as they take their steps towards leadership and to eventually become the men and women that we would be proud of in Trinidad and Tobago.
And even as Tobago moves away from hosting that national carnival, what are you doing to ensure that you maintain the Windward Afro Queen Show and maintain the youth extravaganza? Is it something that we might possibly see moving towards the October Carnival in the future?
Well, there has been no conversation. I think rightfully, the show, which is over 5 decades old, was birthed in the Windward. I think it's one of the staples of the Windward, and my opinion, it should remain like that. I think over the years we've seen where the Windward side of the island have an opportunity to come into what we call the second capital city of Roxborough to truly experience the Bashkwa Carnival-like activity, because quite a few of them do not come to town. And notwithstanding that, a number of the other activities are held in the as a Roxborough Windward Soft Committee set of festivals, so that we grow the community. We continue to use the stakeholder public and private partnership embrace in order the model to sustain other things. So outside of that, there's heritage, there's the blue food, there is the Prime Minister's Best for the Trophy Commission. So a number of things that has become synonymous with Roxborough, that side, the windward end. So I think it shows that there is need for continuity, and so we could do essentially preservation. We see now what's happening, the diverse growing out of the east, and I think that we could actually harness a new and fresh niche market out of all of these things.
But do you see it moving to be a part of the calendar for October?
No. But I don't see that. It's not. I don't set policy. But if I was saying no, I think that where it is, it sits comfortably in a space that is aligned itself with the National Carnival. And if you ask me on a very personal note, and maybe professional as well, I would think that it allows the East to find things. It also places other things in the mainstream. And those are things like the entrepreneurship and the self-employment. Carnival is, in fact, National Carnival is the largest single income earner in the Caribbean. And this allows those persons on the eastern end, the service providers, at a time where the National Carnival has been celebrated, to really benefit. To October, we have an embrace. I think certainly you could get, why not? If you get one, why not two? If you get two, we could get more.
Excellent. And tell us about some of the character development that goes into the Windward Afro Queen show outside of what we see on the stage the night of the show.
What you don't see is the hard work. We actually screened this for a set of delegates. Very short notice on the East, and by the 12th, because we had to really go forward with the show, they have been in intense training. They have benefited from wardrobe coordination, voice and interpret, speech presentation, deportment, conduct. So they use it with teamwork, how makeup application, help yourself, head wrap sessions, wellness, fitness. We have the wellness and fitness instructor who came in and did. So a lot of it is behind, because you really believe that outside of winning the title, because the truth be told, I see the young ladies as a muse, as somebody that we use to put the work of other people on. But what do the girls really benefit what after? How do you use that to take it to another place so that you can utilize it in other spaces that you find yourself with, eventually find yourself if you have to grow? And as you see the world grow and it changes, so you should not just be beautiful, but you should also have brains, you should be intelligent. I would rather you be ugly than you be pretty and be dance. So we have to train the girls exceptionally, and I must say, it was even me, Davia Chambers and Ocean Mays have been working tirelessly. I mean, the team, we've had people coming to talk about, okay, this year the focus has been on the Africa and the retention, and what does an Afro Queen means to you, and how do you use what you've learned as a vehicle to foster the growth and change, and how do you use it to, to be a role model and ambassador. We are hoping that these girls should go forward and do other things. Tourism is our main trust. And apart from the show, which ends on Wednesday, what next is in store for each one of them? Because essentially they are all winners. And it's just that one will win a crown, but they are all queens in their rights.
How does this Afro Queen show, as well as the Junior Extravaganza and the entire festival, impact the community?
Well, that's the whole thing, because and that's why I think that the going back was important, because now we have an area that requires you to use found items, recycled stuff, craft items, and a lot of these girls, they have been doing a lot of research on the various things, the various places. So there is a link that has been formed between the generations, so that you have to now go to people, because we encourage this stuff to be done in the community by the people, and this has actually unearthed a lot of people who were not essentially 10, 15, 5 years ago into the show. So there's a budgeting of new people doing stuff. So there's new creativity, there's new ideas. And we've done that also to support the show by creating the talent, the creative aspect of the show is embodied in the first way, which is a thematic carnival attire, which they were asked to choose one of several elements of our carnival. So there's like Mad Mass and Juvie and Last Lap and Calypso and Limbo and Steel Pan and the Oil Drum. The diners are now challenged to personify it and bring it to life visually in a wearable art at the show. So there's education. What was Limbo? So the girls have an opportunity to talk in their way and to present themselves as a beacon, as a custodian of our art and culture. And that to me is remarkable.
What would you say is the key thing that makes the Afro Queen show different from all other personality shows?
One, I think the fact that the creativity, I think that is on the island. It's one of those pageants that really takes you back to your rich ancestry, the drums, that creating that. Going back to Africa, that Africa descent with the nostalgia, the glory, the fame, our exodus from then past colonial rule, and how we as a people of African descent have utilized that in a very modern sense to be able to showcase who we are, a people who is inextricably linked to culture, our passion, our desire, our evolution, and that to me is very worthy and should every year and every opportunity be celebrated. The woman, the strength of a woman.
Excellent. I mean, we have been hearing from the queens all week last week and week before here on Tobago Updates. Every time you see us play an ad, you are introduced to some of the queens that are vying for the title of Miss Windward Afro Queen this year. And after this break, we're going to get to meet them in person this morning, and we look forward to that. So guys, we're going to take a break right here, and we'll see you soon right after this.
Start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor.
Greetings everyone, I am Miss Kersha Kent, the reigning Miss Windward Afro Queen 2023. Come along on this journey to see who will be crowned Miss Windward Afro Queen 2025.
9 delegates are set to compete for the coveted title of Miss Windward Afro Queen 2025.
My name is Naomi Ramasa. Standing before you, I am Kalia Denu. I stand before you as Miss Jada Covington.
This highly anticipated pageant will be held on Wednesday, February 26th at the Sid Gray Complex.
I am Kershal Pierre. I am Julissa Sandy. I am Miss Kaisha Joseph.
One of these 9 gems will win my crown.
These talented women will be vying for the crown, showcasing their beauty, intelligence, and cultural pride.
Salam, I am Shanicia Walker. Hi everyone, I am the multi-talented Kian Jerry. It is an pleasant day to all. I am Kairis Imari Manswell.
Come join me to crown the new Miss Windward Afro Queen 2025 at Singray Complex, the 26th of February. Save the date and don't be late.
This promises to be an exciting event celebrating the rich heritage and vibrant spirit of Tobago. See you there.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 GB fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy
good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Now, guys, this morning I have the privilege of sitting in studio with a number of beautiful young ladies that are going to be participating in the Winwood Afro Queen Show. And now, ladies, I want you all to shake off those nerves. You know, if you're feeling any nervousness right now, shake it off. Because the people of Tobago really want to get to know you on a personal level before the competition. There's no need to be nervous, you know. We just want to hear from you. So we have our first queen. Come on up and introduce yourself and tell us how you got into the actual competition.
Good morning, everyone. I am Kalia Danoon, representing Congo. How I've entered this competition is my mom. She's very cultural. She's in a lot of activities where Tobago is being part, and she normally pushes and encourages me to do my best. So this is giving me a chance and an opportunity to showcase and make her proud.
Oh, yes. So tell us, how do you think this overall competition is going to positively impact Tobago?
I will use this platform to not only educate other beautiful young ladies, but to let them feel, well, not to feel, but to let them love who they are and to come out of their comfort zone and to appreciate where they have come from.
Excellent. And we have another lady here. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Tobago. I am Kershal Pierre, representing the Sweet Republic of Benin.
Excellent. And when we think about Benin, the Benin Republic, what is the first thing that comes to mind for you?
To me, when I did my research on Benin, I did not know that it was called the Royal City. It's an ancient city that is called Damoni. And they fought against the French influence.
Excellent. And just as I asked your colleague, how do you think this competition positively impacts Tobago?
So this impacts Tobago via social media. So this is basically a platform that can be used for young women to showcase their talents, to embrace their identity and who they are as a Black young woman of Tobago.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I'd like to hear from
me.
Yes, I'd love to hear from your colleague as well. Come on, introduce yourself.
Good morning. I am Miss Kaisha Joseph, representing the African nation, Zimbabwe.
Excellent. And what are some really popular things about Zimbabwe that persons may have heard of? Tell us a little bit about Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe has actually one of the most popular waterfalls called the Victoria Falls, and they have a festival called the Zimbabwe International Film Festival, where they have these festivals for rural communities, very similar to what we have here in Tobago around the Heritage Festival times.
Excellent. And if you are to win the competition, what is your first order of business?
I would definitely speak to young ladies. I would probably have a youth talk to show them to embrace their talent, let them know who they really are, and empower them as young Black women.
Excellent. Now we're going to hear from your colleague. She'll come and introduce herself as well.
Good morning, everyone. I am Kairis Mansbell, representing the culturally rich country of Ghana.
Wow, Ghana. Tell us a little bit about Ghana and how Ghana has influenced us here in Tobago.
Well, just like Tobago, Ghana have some of the most beautiful tourist attractions. For example, the Boti waterfalls. They also have a lot of vibrant festivals. One of these festivals is the Pana Fest, to celebrate the unity between the African people. Just like in Tobago, we have the heritage to keep unity between the Tobago people.
Excellent. And what type of investment do you think is needed to help to grow the Afro Queen Show?
I think the investment that is needed to help grow the Afro Queen Show is more advertisement, people to know about the show, because not a lot of youths know about the Afro Queen Show. They'll be like, Kairis, where's this Queen Show you're going up for? You know?
Right, excellent. So you think that an injection into more marketing and visibility would help to grow the show? That is excellent. We want to also hear from your colleague. You come on up and introduce yourself.
Good morning, Tobago. I am Jada Carrington, representing the African nation of Cameroon.
Excellent. And tell us a bit about the Cameroonian people.
Are we using that question now?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Cameroon, the Cameroonian
Okay, so
people.
people. Just like Tobago, Cameroon. I don't really know that question. I don't understand that question. I don't know really research
Well,
about that.
tell us a bit about how there are similarities between Tobago and Cameroon.
Similarities between Tobago and Cameroon is that just like Tobago, Cameroon's natural resources are oil and gas, along with its agricultural products such as cocoa, cotton, and cassava.
Excellent. And why do you want to win this show?
Okay, so I want to win this show so that I can advocate or be an influence on young women just like me to embrace themselves and to know more about this culture.
Excellent. And finally, we have one more of your colleagues that's gonna come up and introduce herself. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Naomi Ramasa, representing one of the most beautiful countries in West Africa, Senegal.
Tell us a little bit about Senegal this morning.
Well, Senegal obviously is a West African country. They're known for something called a pink lake, which is known as the Lac Rose Lake, where the algae turns the water pink. And people go there to take photos, swim in the water, and have one or two fun here and there.
Right. How has being in this competition helped to boost your self-esteem and confidence?
Well, it helped me boost my self-esteem by communicating and socializing and learning fun things like modeling and dancing.
Excellent. And so we want to wish you young ladies all the best in the Windward Afro Queen Show Competition 2025. And we are encouraging all of Tobago to come out and truly be a part of this celebration, be a part of supporting the young ladies, actualize themselves and their talent. And look at how beautiful they look. Such wonderful pictures, all extremely photogenic. I'm guessing they are seeing them for the first time as well since they took those photos. So they are very happy to see how beautiful it came out. And we are happy that this competition allows young Black women to embrace what it means to be young and African. I mean, a lot of the times we are influenced by a lot of Western culture and Western ideologies, but having competitions like this help the young women to go back to their roots and understand where they came from and how it can influence their personality, their character, and their identity in the world, not just in Tobago, but when they leave the shores of Tobago, they know exactly who they are. So guys, we're going to take a quick break right here and we'll be back right after this. See you soon.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Greetings everyone, I am Miss Kirsha Kent, the reigning Miss Women Afro Queen 2023. Come along on this journey to see who will be crowned Miss Women Afro Queen 2025.
9 delegates are set to compete for the coveted title of Miss Windward Afro Queen 2025.
My name is Naomi Ramasa,
standing before you, I am Kalia Denoon. I stand before you as Miss Jada Covington.
This highly anticipated pageant will be held on Wednesday, February 26th at the Sid Gray Complex.
I am Kershal Pierre. I am Julissa Sandy. I am Miss Kaisha Joseph.
One of these 9 gems will win my crown.
These talented women will be vying for the crown, showcasing their beauty, intelligence, and cultural pride.
Salam, I am Shanicia Walker. Hi everyone, I am the multi-talented Kian Jerry. It is an pleasant day to all. I am Kairis Imari Manswell. Come join me to crown the new Miss Windward Afro Queen 2025 at Singway Complex, the 26th of February. Save the date and don't be late.
This promises to be an exciting event celebrating the rich heritage and vibrant spirit of Tobago. See you there.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 GB fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
You're wondering what went wrong. You're calling your children names. You don't believe that they're strong. So you start playing your games. Boy, you think because they're young, they're foolish. In front of their face with all your antics. They're watching you in your face. That learning mind you can't erase. You're talking, you don't have a clue. That them cheering on to you. Them secrets you're telling your friend. That she gonna be hand to bend. When your children run away. When you see them gone astray. Look to your child running wild. And your boy child dancing idle. Look at your tail in jail. No, will you go and get this bail? Or you'll tell him, boy, you fail. In the car from driver there. Blame, boy. Who is to blame, boy? Who is to blame, boy? Who is to blame?
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. This morning, we continue our conversations on all things happening in Tobago and all things happening here for Carnival. This morning, as you just heard when we came back from the break, you were hearing that sweet song of Calypso, and that came as an original rendition from Miss Jackie Reed, Calypsonian, who would be partaking in the Windward Calypso contest. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
So initially, when I heard your name this morning, I immediately thought of the fact that we have a Tobago contestant in the National Calypso Monarch in the person of Rosalind Reed Haynes.
Yes.
And you told me immediately that's your sister.
Yes, she is.
So it's definitely in the family. We have Calypso in the family. Tell us a bit about your background and your history in Calypso.
Okay, my background musically, we started singing as kids, little kids, because you know Tobago, everybody had to go to church. So we started from church because my grandfather was a minister, pastor, on my mom's side. On my father's side, musicians, band, music, instruments and stuff. So we grew up that way. And then when I got to the age of like 17 or so, I decided I'm not singing in church no more because they ain't paying no money. So I was kind of sneak out and go in the calypso thing without letting mommy and them know, well, I want to go that way, you know, because the church, you know, they wouldn't allow stuff. So I entered from there. My writer, when I was in my early 20s, my writer was Joe Tempo Caesar at the time. When I went into the competition in the early 1993, the first time I sang calypso. And it was interesting, and I decided to stay. That's when I won the crown, and then I started traveling. I went to Texas, I started touring, I spent a lot of time outside. I spent a lot of time in Trinidad. About 15 years I did a lot of work with Adjala and most of the top artists from Trinidad. I used to do a lot of work with Eddie Lovett when he come in for concerts. So I had a wide range of experience of music with different style of music and into calypso. Calypso is beautiful because we get to say how we feel.
Right, and you took a break from music for a while.
Yes, I did.
And you are back again. What would have prompted you to get back into the game?
The name of my song is Blame Game. I wrote that song about 15 years ago when I was not living here. I never released it really, but I wrote it from an experience I got in Trinidad with kids, looking at children. When I came back to Tobago, I went into MTS, security. I worked as a security officer for almost 8 years and retired last year. And that is what made me release that song this year, because what I have seen in the schools where the children are concerned, parenting, everybody, I mean, it was enough to say, you see me, let me put this song out here because this is how I really feel about what is happening. That is why I came back in, because if I didn't do that now, then I would have lost the song totally because I already had it 15 years and never used it. Waiting on the right time according to the spirit to get it to be used, and this is the right time because this is exactly what's going on with the kids. We've seen too many things, they're dying, they're killing themselves. So that was enough for me to release that song.
And what got you into this particular Windward Calypso competition?
Okay, I decided in order for it to be heard, I have to go into some form of competition because I'm not in a tent. So I decided I will take some form of competition. But the Windward competition is sort of personal also because I am from there. We are from Roxborough. Russell and I, my other two brothers, we are Lindos from Roxborough, we are Belgarden, we are Reed, Mom. So it was easy to actually say, let me take a chance at the Windward, you know, because it's home. There's a lot of kids on that side. I mean, it have kids in town too, but we have a lot of people on that side that I know that need to hear Blame Game.
Right. And as we were chatting a bit before we came back from the break, your sister is at the national competition level.
Yes, she is.
Oh, how come you did not enter into the national competition as well?
Well, they are in tents, so it's easy for them to go through from tents. I am not in any tent.
Okay.
I just made a decision and come back in this year to release my song. And any competition I got, I wasn't like personalizing to get to this distant in any, you know. She was always there for a while when I left, so she could walk and, you know, go. I did not have that. Besides that, my job that I was doing before I retired last year, then I'm taking care of my dad, and he's 93 years old, and my brother come and die recently, so, you know, and Roslyn already going there, so, you know, it's all right.
So the family is giving that support and stands behind her and is hoping for her.
100, where is she? 120% in the highest order, baby girl, you know that.
Right, right. And so that same energy is going to be backing you as well in the Windward Calypso.
Yeah, we got it.
Right,
we got it.
And you are confident that you would be winning this competition.
I'm always confident of winning a competition. Anytime I go into a competition, I'm always confident of winning that competition.
And for you, what is the most significant thing on a personal level getting into this competition again?
I have a couple of ideas, a couple of plans that I have for myself musically from here going forward. No, I wasn't accustomed to the October Carnival thing because I wasn't here when they started the thing. I'm still not really accustomed to the thing, but I'm looking at that. So my personal feeling about this, I get into this because Roxborough is a solid place of entertainment and supporters and family. So it's a nice ground to start on, for sure. And then that October, it's a carnival or a celebration of culture, I don't know. But it is interesting, so I'm looking to travel along that road from here all the way down
Excellent.
that road. Or up that road, actually.
All right. And
Yeah.
are you looking to be releasing new songs, or
Oh,
are you
yeah.
planning to bring back the same blame game this year for the October Carnival
October
and Calypso
Carnival.
competition?
I'm not quite sure 100% of the rules in October Carnival where your song is concerned, right? If there is not a problem and I could stretch it down or up, actually, I will, because of the lyrics of the song, and I need it to be heard as it is. So if I could, I will. But whether I could or not, I still have things that I have to release in order for October.
Right. And maybe next National Carnival, we might see you accompanying your sister at the national level.
We
at
got some
the
plans. We got some
National
plans.
Super
We have some
Calypso
plans, yes.
Monarchs,
Yes. Yes.
Excellent.
After the father.
And what do you think is needed to help encourage young persons to get more involved in Calypso and Calypso culture? We see one of the young popular artists here in Trinidad and Tobago, young brother, entering into the National Calypso Monarch and being a part of the finals, and a lot of young persons that look up to him are seeing him now participating in Calypso competitions. What do you think is needed to get youths more involved?
Maybe they should probably start from the schools also to talk to them. Calypso is a very interesting, Calypso and soca are two totally different things, right? Calypso is a really interesting area because you speak from what is within you. In order to get the children involved, teach them it in school. When I used to go to when I was in elementary school, before I get to secondary school, one of my favorite things was choral speaking. And choral speaking became very, very important when I started doing music. I didn't even realize that was part of it, because it brings out addiction and everything. The children need to learn culture from in our schools, put it there.
Excellent.
Teach
I mean,
them.
luckily there is the Junior Calypso Monarch.
And that
you
is
have
great. So it comes out of the school, and parents at homes, take a look. Take a look at the kids. Take a look at your kids. Take a look at them. It's something to keep them away from different things, and it's also to enhance this.
Excellent. Well, we want to thank you so much for being here this morning, and we want to
I
wish
love
you
being
all
here.
the
It's
best
beautiful.
in the Windward Calypso competition.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess it runs in the family,
Yes,
right?
it does. Thank God for all
Guys, we
this.
want to thank you so much for being a part of this morning's discussions. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments, and all that you have been doing to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. Again, we want to encourage you to come out and support that Windward Calypso competition, as well as the Windward Afro Queen Show.
Yes.
Give the young ladies your support. And again, thank you and have a great day.
Same there.
Look at your little no, will you go and get this beer? Or you tell him, boy, you feel in the car from driver there. Blame, who is to blame, who is to blame, who is to blame? Blame, who is to blame, who is to blame, who is to blame? Stop and take a look around, right in your community.